So recently we've heard actual leak specs and pretty much confirmed specs of an upcoming camera from Fuji, and that will be the Fuji X-S10. So what is this camera? Where's it going to fit? How much is it going to cost? Let's talk about it a little bit. Well, the Fuji X-S10 is literally coming out in just a few days from making this video. The official announcement from Fuji is expected to be on October 15th. So once again, literally just a few days from now, or already passed out depending on when you're watching this. That being said, this is supposed to be a $1,000 new entry-level form for Fuji. And it's not going to look like a lot of their entry-level cameras, like, you know, their 100, 200 series. That's like $500, $600. And even not the XE line, which, you know, roughly same price around this, etc., a little less. So it's more looking like their XT line, like the XT3, XT4, and it's going to be this body that has an actual flip screen. So it looks like Fuji's kind of committing to this a lot now, which has obviously been success and consumers have wanted. But it also is going to have this deep grip, kind of like the Fuji X-H1 look-alike, just with like no top LCD screen. So what's this weird combo replacing? Once again, not 100% sure, but a lot of people have been thinking like, oh, is the XE line gonna go away? Is the 100, 200 line gonna go away? Or is there even gonna be an X-H2, which a lot of people have been waiting on? That's another video in itself. But what is this entry level really doing, and what's it going to have? It's going to have a newer 26 megapixel sensor, and it's going to have 5-axis in-body stabilization. That's supposed to be up to 6 stops, which I think is very, very good. And Fuji's been pretty decent with that kind of stuff. And it's touting that it's going to have a 4K video up to 30 frames per second, but most likely with a slight crop. And I guess I kind of expect this in more of an entry line camera, but should it have it? Absolutely not. But expect it to be a 26 megapixel crop censored camera. If you kind of look at the way the body is right now, once again, you have a flip screen, you got your hot shoe and everything. You got 3 top dials and a dedicated ISO button, which I think, you know, is pretty cool. But you will know that there is, once again, no top LCD screen. There is no D-pad on the back. It's your joystick, which I tend to like now. And you have a dedicated video button. So it seems like that this X-S10 is just going to be a new step for them. And maybe you don't see an XE line coming out anymore. This replaces it, because they still have to have an entry-level camera that's more affordable, like the, you know, the XT100, 200, etc. But this, I think, is the next step, and with the way the camera looks, getting you into the look of that, you're looking at kind of the future of things. And I see this being like an XS20, 30, 40, 50 camera down the line, because they can keep buffing that as well. Kind of equated to like the Canon Rebel line to an extent, where it has some good features and even gets like dual pixel autofocusing eventually. You know, this is kind of that, in my opinion. So for $1,000, you're going to get a basic level entry into Fuji. You're going to get the mount so you can build up your lenses. Once again, it's all a crop censored line throughout. Even their professional higher end stuff, you're going to be able to build up. And then eventually, if you're like, hey, I want a little bit more, I can upgrade my body and go from there. So if you're a Fuji user, even if you're way above, you're in the X Pro line or T line or X100 line, what are your thoughts on this X-S10? Is it something that you think is interesting for the line? Will it get people more interested in Fuji instead of maybe going to Sony, if, you know, as just another option? I think it's very interesting, but we will officially see on October 15th for the most part. Once again, it's $1,000, and I think it's a smart way for them to condense the line a little bit more and maybe kind of kill off the XE line, because like the XE3 to me, it was okay, but it had a lot of flaws. The screen wasn't good. So maybe this is a step up. And once again, with their like flip out screen and everything, it's trying to show maybe they're trying to push more into video. But yet again, where's the X-H2?